The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,166,538. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 19,066. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 6,454, with total confirmed deaths at 157. We anticipate these numbers to increase as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on this President's Day, Monday, February 15th. Los Angeles County may be slowly easing out of the holiday coronavirus surge as public health officials continue to report steady declines in new COVID-19 cases, daily deaths, and hospitalizations. While the numbers reported over the holiday may reflect delays, the numbers are steadily showing the county is headed in the right direction. On February 14th, there were under 2,000 new COVID-19 cases reported, 82 deaths, and just over 3,000 patients hospitalized in the county with COVID-19. The county also reported the positivity rate down by 42% and hospitalizations also down by 37% since the beginning of the month. Public health officials urge the public to heed caution as Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, and President's Day holiday all took place over the weekend, and increased activity, gatherings, and celebrations, they could drive those numbers up once again if people are not careful. Angelenos were asked to do their part in preventing the spread of the virus, as even a small gathering could increase the risk of contracting COVID-19, becoming an unplanned super spreader event. Los Angeles County will once again focus on vaccinating those needing their second doses this week at county-run vaccination sites. Health officials said due to a limited vaccine supply, the county-operated large-scale sites will exclusively administer second doses this week again. These county-operated megapods include the Pomona Fairplex, Magic Mountain, the Forum, the County Office of Education in Downey, and at Cal State Northridge. Now, first doses are still available at other locations, including health centers, pharmacies, and other providers that serve communities hardest hit by the pandemic. The county has been receiving roughly 200,000 doses each week. Restaurants are beginning to slowly reopen outdoor dining again throughout Southern California, and the Valentine's Day holiday may have been the boost struggling eateries needed. Some communities like Pasadena and Manhattan Beach have even closed off some areas to traffic to help restaurants expand their outdoor seating. Public health officials reminded everyone to have a heart this Valentine's Day and celebrate safely. Those dining out were advised to avoid large gatherings, keep face coverings on when not eating, and when around others in close proximity. People were also reminded to wash or sanitize hands often. Businesses were also encouraged to keep customers and staff safe by keeping tables 8 feet apart, ensuring that employees wear their face coverings and shields when in contact with customers, and limiting tables to no more than 6 people from the same household. You can get more information about local businesses here in Torrance at torranceca.gov/COVID-19. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention updated their guidance for COVID-19, saying for those who've received both doses of the vaccine won't have to quarantine if exposed to the virus. Quarantine has been the recommendation if someone is exposed to COVID-19, whether they develop symptoms or not, as many cases were showing asymptomatic carriers were found to spread the disease unknowingly. In the updated guidance, the CDC said such quarantining is not necessary if fully vaccinated and exposure is within 3 months of having their last dose and symptoms do not develop. And to clarify, fully vaccinated means that at least 2 weeks have passed since a person has received their second dose of the 2-dose vaccine or 1 dose of the single vaccine. Other recommendations remain in place, like wearing face masks, social distancing, avoiding crowds, and poorly ventilated indoor spaces. The CDC also recommended double masking, which is wearing a cloth mask over a surgical mask, as a more effective way to stop the spread of the virus. The CDC also recommends that people who have had COVID-19 and recovered do not need to quarantine for 90 days after the illness if they are newly exposed to someone who is infected. Coronavirus cases throughout the U.S. continue to drop as the average daily new case count falls below 100,000 over the last few days, a first since November 4th. According to the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center, the 7-day average of new infections dropped below 100,000 on Friday, continuing at that level through Sunday. Now, to give you some perspective on the progress we've made as a country, the average in January was nearly 250,000 new daily cases. Health experts caution that infections still remain high and precautions must stay in place to slow the spread, especially with new, highly infectious coronavirus variants from other parts of the world now showing up in California, posing a serious risk to those vulnerable. The U.S. has reported more than 27.5 million COVID-19 cases and more than 484,000 deaths since the start of the pandemic. A new report released by the California Department of Public Health is giving the public a snapshot view of the vaccine distribution, and the findings are showing disparities among certain demographics. According to the new data, white Californians have received 32.7% of the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, compared to 16% to Latinos, 13% to Asians, 2.9% to Blacks, and 0.3% for Native Americans. This is the first time the CDPH has broken down the vaccine recipients by race, age, gender, and location. So far, due to the limited supplies, healthcare workers, long-term care residents, and people 65 and older make up the largest portion of those who've received their first dose. Seniors top the list of those who did get their first shot, followed by people ages 18 to 49, then those ages 50 to 64. Women also represent the majority of those who were vaccinated at 58.5%. As of Sunday, more than 8 million vaccine doses have been delivered to distribution sites across California, and more than 5.7 million doses have been administered, and more than 8 million additional doses have also been shipped. So far, only about 11% of the nearly 40 million Californians have received their first dose. Experts say at least 85% of Americans will need to be vaccinated to bring the COVID-19 pandemic under control. Well, one way to get more people vaccinated will be to expand the number of people eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. And according to California public health officials, more residents will qualify to sign up as early as March. State officials say beginning March 15th, shots can be administered to people 16 and older suffering from medical conditions or developmental disabilities, making them susceptible to severe illness or death from contracting the virus. The CDPH outlined what conditions are eligible, and they included anyone who suffers from cancer, chronic kidney disease, chronic pulmonary disease, Down syndrome, weakened immune system from receiving an organ transplant, pregnancy, sickle cell disease, heart condition, severe obesity, and type 2 diabetes. The expanded guidance will also include those 16 and older who suffer from a developmental or other severe high-risk disability. Now, this also means another 4 to 6 million people could qualify to get their vaccine starting a month from today. 4 people in the state of Oregon have tested positive for coronavirus in what health experts are calling breakthrough cases, as they were all fully vaccinated. The Oregon Health Authority is among the first nationwide to report breakthrough cases, which are people who test positive for COVID-19 even after receiving their second dose. Health officials in Oregon say while the vaccine is said to be 95% effective, that still leaves room for at least 5% to become infected. The 4 who did test positive in Oregon are said to have had mild to no symptoms. Officials say that studies show the vaccine may help reduce the severity of the illness. Experts also say as more people are vaccinated, more states are expected to report these breakthrough cases. Currently, only about 10% of Oregon's population have received at least their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. United Airlines is leading the effort to ensure passengers have an overall smooth experience, especially as the new norm includes more travel requirements and guidelines. United is the first U.S. airline to offer passengers access to in-airport coronavirus testing, among other new features on their Travel Ready Center digital app and website, integrating a number of new features all into one program. Now, while this was launched 3 weeks ago, United has already seen thousands of customers upload their COVID-19 test results before their flights. Passengers will also have access to more than 15,000 designated testing sites around the world, right from the app or website. The Travel Ready Center acts as a hub for passengers to book a trip, schedule a COVID test, and upload the results all in one place, and get information needed based on their travel plans and destination. Passengers can also video chat live with a customer service agent to answer any questions they may have about pre-travel requirements or documentation. United also announced this weekend they would begin offering non-stop flights between Orange County and Honolulu beginning this summer. The Los Angeles Zoo is gearing up to reopen to the public once again. Beginning tomorrow, the zoo will welcome back visitors for the first time since the most recent COVID-19 regional stay-at-home order went into effect on December 7th. Now, zoo officials say they've modified the zoo experience to make it safe for guests and are following the LA County Department of Public Health's safety protocols. Visitors will need to make reservations online prior to visiting. There will be a limited number of visitors at the zoo at all times, as capacity will be reduced within the zoo. Face coverings for all staff and guests over the age of 2 will be required, and there will be enhanced cleaning protocols in place for high-contact surface areas and restrooms. You'll also find hand sanitizer stations throughout the park, along with one-way traffic pathways throughout the zoo to allow for social distancing. You'll also find that some indoor exhibits will continue to remain closed for a little while longer, as well as places that have high-touch areas like the playground and carousel. You can learn more at lazoo.org/reopening. The Torrance Public Library announced Henderson Library will reopen for curbside service again beginning tomorrow. After closing for the long holiday weekend due to a possible COVID-19 exposure, city staff shut down the library and took measures to ensure a deep cleaning took place at the library. Henderson Library is one of 6 public libraries in Torrance, located on Emerald Street at Victor Park. They will resume curbside pickup and drop-off of library materials beginning at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You can go to library.torranceca.gov to learn more on what services are available at all of the branch locations. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we'd like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, a no-cost COVID-19 clinic is popping up in the South Bay this week, beginning today. Dignity Health Hospitals, in partnership with Dignity Health Sports Park, is offering COVID-19 vaccinations for at-risk populations who may not have access to health care. The drive-through clinic is located in the city of Carson at Dignity Health Sports. Officials say they hope to vaccinate up to 20,000 people by the end of the week, averaging 4,000 vaccines per day. Now, to qualify, you must be 65 or older and you must make an appointment. Be sure to allow about 1 hour for your appointment and bring proof of your age, either a driver's license, state ID, or passport. You can go to dhspvaccineclinic.eventbrite.com. What a great way to show support for the local community to ensure everyone has access to the vaccine. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as Rhiannon Trutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.